Good morning, everybody. This is Jackie from the Oracle Times, and this is going to be the Scorpio October 2020 forecast reading. I'll repeat as I always do. I record from the Bushveld in South Africa, so the wedding. Well, there must be a wedding today, and there are lots of weddings. Yeah, I don't know. That was a Freudian slip. That's for someone out there. Okay. The weather is absolutely stunning today, despite the fact that it's winter. As you can see, I'm in no sleeves. But the only downside of recording from the bushveld is that sometimes I disappear due to a dodgy internet, but we are far away from everything. But I only disappear for a few seconds and I'm back again, touch wood. I've had a really good run of late, no disappearing. Also, if you'd like a personal private reading from me, and I do an incredible soulmate reading, you can contact me via my website. I'm going to put the link for that in the description box below once this reading is done. Right, Scorpio, so let's do your oracle cards, your tarot cards, and of course we'll finish up with a relationship reading. So let's see what's in store for you guys for the month of, and one jumps out immediately, October, chaos and conflict. I'm not surprised by this card. Things are unsettled at the moment. Life is being shambled and shifted and moved around. That's the words coming through for you guys. And because of that, you're finding your authentic self. I will always tell the story with this card. Can you see how the zebra is dressed like a giraffe? In other words, the zebra is pursuing life, trying to fit in as a giraffe. But he's not a giraffe, he's a zebra. So life comes in and creates situations and people coming in, all sorts of things that bring the zebra to the point where he decides, that's it, I'm not going to be a giraffe anymore, I'm going to be a zebra. So that's what happens for you in the month of October. The last of those things that you were doing that were not authentically you get removed from your life. And it may feel chaotic to you, and it may feel like there are conflicts, but what it's really doing for you is removing the things from your life that weren't authentically you, okay? You get to be authentically yourself, most likely by the end of October. Let's have a look and see what else it has to say about that. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning. Oh, it's not morning where you are, is it? Okay, next up is Yin. I was just thinking of you just now, Rhonda. Okay, so the Yin card says that be receptive to what comes in, and you're going to feel that way. You're probably going to feel less inclined to battle these things that are sort of unfolding in your life, that are making you aware of what is really you and what isn't you. And you're probably going to think, let me wait and see how this unfolds. Let me wait and see where the situation is going. Let me wait and see what this person is ultimately going to do or say. And that's the right kind of attitude to have. And you'll feel inclined to do that. You're not going to feel inclined to push against it or try and do anything. You're going to stand back and say, right, let me see what is coming my way in the month of October. Right, next card up for you is Happy Happy. And that's eventually what comes your way, okay? So that's really nice. So the month starts off with a bit of sort of conflict and a little bit of antagonism, maybe even. I hear that word for somebody. And a little bit of difficulty situations you have to navigate your way through. But you kind of inside yourself know just to wait and see what's coming your way. And because of that, you ultimately find your happiness. You're finding your authentic self, slowly but surely. You're finding your authentic self. And because of that, you are going to be really, really happy. This is a lovely card. This is happiness on a deep level. This is not just happiness today or tomorrow because something sweet happened or whatever. This is happiness that comes from within you because you're finally finding out who and what you really are. You know, that's the wrong way to say it. You know who and what you really are, but sometimes we get steered away from it by situations, people, culture, peer pressure, whatever it may be. Now you're going back to that authentic self again. You're rediscovering your authentic self again, and it's going to make you very happy. You might question why. So why have I gone through all of this? What was the reason I went through all of this? Right now, the answer is not going to be available to you, okay? But down the line somewhere, you're going to look back and say, oh, my word, that's why that happened in my life. It sent me off in that direction. I bumped into that person. I met up with that organization, and that's what it was all about, finding my authentic self along that particular path. But right now, because you're right in the middle of it, the why is not going to come. The answer is not going to come to you right now. But there is an answer. Trust that there is one. But it's not going to be available to you right now because you're right in the middle of that situation. Your final card, which I think, or final oracle card, which I think is absolutely brilliant, is regeneration. Usually when this card comes up, I will say that something you did, something you abandoned in the past, something you left behind, something you didn't finish up, that's Tiger barking in the background. We're just going to leave him to bark. Hello, Nicole. And I'm glad you enjoy the reading. So this card normally comes up to say a situation, a goal, something like that you abandoned in the past because you were too busy, or because life interfered, or something happened, whatever it may be. This card normally means then you're going to take that up again, and this time it's going to be even more successful than you anticipated. I feel this time around this is you. You are being regenerated. You are coming back stronger, more enthusiastic, with a brand new feeling for life. It's you being regenerated this time. So some of you, if you've been going through some kind of illness, October is the month when you start seeing the turnaround, where you start coming back, and you're going to be even better than you were before. Wow, that's quite a big one for you guys. Very nice. And regenerating yourself, I know sometimes one will say, oh, but I've got a project, but this or that. But when you regenerate inwardly, it starts manifesting outwardly. And that's when the really good stuff starts coming in. Okay? Rhonda, you're going to like that message too. Okay, right. So let's see what the tarot cards are for October for Scorpio. First up, okay. So this is the 9 of water. Okay? And that is about receptive feelings, and we saw with the yin and yang card that was coming in. So, okay, that is about being kind of open to the feelings that flood into you, and those feelings are going to come from higher up this time. So you're probably going to feel some kind of, I want to say, deep-seated inspiration in October, and it may not be about actually doing something or pursuing something. We had this yin card, which means it's more of a receptive mode, but you're going to start feeling that energy filling back into you again, that enthusiasm. I really feel that strongly for Scorpio in October. You're going to get your enthusiasm regenerated for life. That's a big message for you guys in October. Right, let's see what the next card says for you. And the Father. Okay, so this is about responsibilities, duties, taking responsibility and duty on your shoulders without questioning. And I think for many Scorpios, responsibility and duty has been a bit of a heavy burden, a huge burden, in fact. For the Scorpios that I know, their duty and responsibility has weighed them down very badly. Interestingly enough, I feel a shift here, where your duties and responsibilities start becoming something you can carry easily, okay? They don't burden you as much, or not even, I want to say they don't burden you at all. You just know, well, this is what I've got to do, and I do it happily and comfortably. It's my duty. It may be a case for some of you sifting through your responsibilities and duties and acknowledging which are actually yours and which are not. And going with those that you know are yours and leaving the others for people to take care of. They're grown up now. They can take care of them, care of their own responsibilities and their duties. I feel that message is for some of you as well. Right, quite big messages coming. I think for you guys, a pretty big month. Some of you will be having birthdays in October, so happy birthday to those of you that do. So that's always a big turnaround month, definitely. Right, let's see what comes in for relationships for October. So I'm going to read for those of you in relationships, those of you looking for relationships, just relationships in general. Right, let's see. First card up for you guys is This Could Be the One. Huh, that's very nice. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, it says on the card. But, no, not but really. Okay, so those of you in established relationships, you probably re-establish that connection with the person that you're with. Okay, those are you in rock-solid relationships. Something unfolds within your relationship in October that has you saying, this is the one. This is the one I'm meant to be with. Those of you seeking relationships, there's a good possibility somebody you've met in the past, crossed paths with in the past. I'll often say when this card comes up, Nicole, okay, that quite possibly when you met this person before, you crossed their path before, they didn't actually really strike or resonate with you. That can very often be the situation, especially if this card comes up. This time when your paths cross, you're both in different places and there's definite resonance. So it's quite possible that somebody you have met before. And if you rack your brain and you can't think of anyone, don't worry about it, because you know what? That person may not have made any kind of distinctive impression on you in the past. But this time around, it's going to be different. And a card jumps off, and I'm going to fetch it. I'm disappearing for a second. Okay. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So what I'm going to say here is, those of you that are looking for relationships have gone through this process. You're putting the final little building block on in October. You've actually gone back to the drawing board and said, this is who I am. I know who I am now. Remember this card that we had in the oracle reading. Okay, you're now changing from that giraffe that you were forced to be into a good zebra. And that is what is loving yourself is all about, is actually saying, well, this is who I am, and I accept it, and I work with it. I'm not going to try and change myself to fit into someone else. And that's why this person, when they cross your path again, the two of you resonate, because you are now being truly yourself. If you're in established relationships, that is about remembering that who you are is what the person was attracted to in the first place. That if you want tender loving care, attention, respect, all the rest of it, make sure you're giving it to yourself, and you're going to feel like doing that in the month of November. You are going to be doing that. You're going to be saying, you know what, I deserve to be pampered and treated and have good things said to me, and you're going to do it for yourself. And because you do that, you will see that the person that you're with will treat you with the same kind of respect. I'm not saying that happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight. Well, sometimes things do. Mostly they don't, though. But it will happen, and you're going to feel that worthiness in yourself again. And finally, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. A lot of people, that's where we focus now because of everything that's been happening sort of globally. The practical aspects of life took precedence, and a lot of our relationships kind of took a little bit of a back seat because of that. Even looking for relationships took a bit of a back seat because of that. Now, why this card comes up is if you find that your relationship was lagging a bit, or perhaps there were even little bits of challenges in it, or no one was cropping up, no, that's because actually your focus, your energy, attention was on the practical side of your life. There's a message for someone out there. You might meet that somebody that is the one while you are pursuing the practical, monetary matters of life. Okay? Interesting one, that. Right, guys, I do hope that you enjoyed that reading. Thank you for talking to me, Nicole, Rhonda. Thank you very much. Thank you for the likes and the subscriptions and comments. I truly appreciate them. I really do. I'll repeat again. Thank you, Nicole. If you would like personal private reading or a soulmate reading, I'm going to put that link in the description box below just now. I'm wishing you all hugs and blessings for the month of October, and we'll speak again soon.